Good evening, viewers. I am Rakesh Kalia and I am pleased to welcome Mr. Pramod Mahajan. Welcome, sir.
Good evening. Thank you.
Mr. Mahajan is a principal and school director of Sharjah Indian School, Sharjah. Mr. Mahajan is an educator and an education leader of repute who has more than 30 years of distinguished career in education as an educator and an outstanding school leader. He has been conferred many awards, and the most prestigious one is Education Entrepreneur of the Year at the House of Commons in British Parliament, and that was in 2020 only. He is a widely traveled educator and has spoken at numerous conferences internationally. So, topic of our today's session is pandemic triggered unbolting of innovation in K-12 instruction. So, Mr. Mahajan, technology in
Yes.
education is certainly not new. Even before COVID-19 struck us and derailed the conventional brick and mortar educational institutions, tech-enabled education has been around for many years. So at the same time, digitalization across the entire spectrum of education has been promoted both by the public and the private organizations. So give us some glimpses of innovative instructional practices that existed in pre-COVID schools.
Yes. Pre-COVID schooling also, technology was playing a vital role, but in the different format,
Correct.
like the projectors, the smart boards were used effectively.
Mhm.
But again, the concept was teacher driven. Whatever teacher decides, that content will be played. Students will be sitting and taking, active participation. But students are not using those technologies. Only the teacher is using that technology. Means it is hybrid, but hybrid in what sense? Teacher driven plus technological aspect. That was one thing.
Correct.
Second thing is discussion was going on, but that discussion within the students or among the students was again controlled one,
Mhm.
supervised one. It is not like that ki full autonomy given to the students, because they were in front of the teacher sitting in the classroom, and the teacher is controlling them, taking around nearby them. So that is another thing.
Correct.
Third thing, even assessment was also going on. Like pre-COVID, we used to take the uh, comprehensive evaluation, but comprehensive in sense all the subjects together on a theme based. Suppose some particular topic is going on, so with respect to that particular topic, we will ask the questions related to maths, science, English, all the subjects together. So in that way, it was a comprehensive evaluation.
Right.
Still, it was teacher driven. Teacher will be coming, giving the question paper, and they are writing traditionally and submitting the this one. And then after that, teacher will be discussing the ideal mode of the answers and giving them the corrected answer scripts. Some of them will be very happy. Some of them will have a little bit reservation, but they will say, okay, no issues. So that was the case. It was going on. So it was hybrid in a format is technology driven by the teachers. So that was the pre-COVID schooling system.
Correct. So it means it was mostly teacher-driven, teacher-centric sort of teaching learning.
Yeah.
So students were only following what teacher was directing them. So it was teacher-directed, not as such. Students were not taking that way, taking their ownership of learning. So
Yes, yes,
right?
yes.
So adoption of new practices or technologies, they stem from one's inherent flexibility.
Yes.
Any individual or an organization needs to devise policies that drives openness of thoughts and action.
Yes.
So are you satisfied with the pace of adoption of the innovative instructional practices that you mentioned right away in the pre-COVID schools?
Yeah, it was going on, but again, as we say that it is teacher centric. So it was going on with the pace and speed of the teacher's understanding,
Correct.
not as the pace and speed of the student's understanding. Up
Correct.
to some extent, we were doing the differentiation, dividing the classroom into 5 groups, more able, able, less able, those students who need some help and all, and planning the lesson plan accordingly, putting some value-based things and going on. But still, the key will be in the hand of teacher only. So like that. Satisfaction, yes, it was going on, but we cannot say it is innovation or creativity because it was in a planned way. We will plan a lesson and lesson planning will be done, and in dicto that lesson planning is followed in the classroom. So that way it was going on. Means the pace and speed of the innovation and creativity is also being controlled. So that way the things were going on. And yes, it is as per our requirement. Like from my side as a school head, I have told them, okay, this should happen in the classroom and the learning outcome should be in such a manner. So they will plan that thing and they will implement that one. So what we can say, if whatever my thought process are there, that will be transformed to the teachers within the classroom, and that was coming up. So with that way, it was quite impressive and pace and speed. But one thing is there, the pace and speed was teacher driven and as per the lesson plan, which has been planned strictly. In dicto, it was going on like that.
Okay. So, well, see, innovations are resorted to when some status quo is shaken up, in a system due to some kind of unprecedented happenings.
Yes.
Like COVID-19 has done this across all walks of life, including education. So, a sudden lockdown induced by COVID-19 shuttered schools all over the world.
Yeah.
So that forced conventional classroom practices going online.
Yes.
So do you see any innovation in this? Means just same practice which was happening in the offline mode was taken online?
Yeah, practices were taken, whatever they are in the offline, similar things were there in the online also, but they are completely transformed. Now the classroom is completely student-centric. The learning process is completely student-driven. Technology is playing a vital role. Teacher, instead of becoming a guide or felicitator, become a scaffolder. And students started owning their own ownership of learning. In what way they are owning the own ownership? They will decide the questions. They will challenge themselves. They will demand some resources from the teachers. And they will study and they will do some innovation and they'll say, teacher, we have completed this. Now, beyond this, what?
Correct.
So like that. So that hybridized learning model get converted into the blended model. The hybridized class, which was teacher driven and supported by the technology, is become a flipped classroom. Again, the technology is playing the vital role, but the role of a student is changed completely. Now the student become independent learner. The teacher become scaffolder. The content becomes student friendly. The content become open-ended questions. And the style of teaching learning is become over democratic, we can say. That is another thing. Third thing is, whenever now the discussion is happening, now the discussion is carried out by the students only. The teacher will be just observing what they are discussing. Like we have introduced the concept of Zoom break room. So when the whole class is, distributed or divided into the 5 Zoom break rooms, every room is being controlled by the student. So learning is happening for the student, by the students, and of the students. So, and actually, if we can say in the terms of education, initially we were doing either the summative assessment or the formative assessment. That is either assessment of learning or assessment for learning. Now the assessment become assessment as learning. The learning itself become a tool of assessment. And, or rather than beyond that, after some time, it's become assessment in learning. So assessment as learning and assessment in learning actually changed the complete style of teaching learning process. Here, the students are well prepared. Students already discussed. Students have find out what they have to know further, and then they have clear their doubt within themselves, or they discuss with their we can say peer group, as well as whatever with the resources available with the teachers, they have already gone through it. So teacher has to be proactive and futuristic in that sense.
Correct.
So the role of teacher has been completely changed. The role of students has been completely changed. That transfer, that classroom become, a hub of learning instead of the classroom where the teaching learning process happens. Now the knowledgeable things were happening. Students started doing the experimentation, but that experimentation is in true sense experiential learning. They themselves do something, maybe committing some mistakes, but they were ready with the root cause of the mistakes, and discussing the same thing with the teachers within the classroom, and then the students will be replanning it, redoing it, reviewing it, and reinventing it. So in true sense, before the classroom, it was again students driven. Within the classroom, complete ownership of learning on the shoulder of the students. And after the classroom, they were challenged further, and they were doing something beyond, and doing something beyond themselves on the basis of whatever discussion happened within the classroom, taking into consideration that before the classroom, whatever they have learned, that thing actually giving them the, satisfying their inherent talent, that something new, innovative they have done. And in true sense, the creative things, critical thinking, and innovative aspects were dominating that teaching process. So technology remains the same, platforms were changed, classroom were transformed, teachers changed their role, and students become the independent learner. That was actually a very, very, we can say, uh, surprising facts. And every day they were changing themselves. Every day we can see the today the classroom is in a better way what yesterday was, and then we were thinking now what will happen tomorrow, because the kids, the way they are challenging themselves. And one thing is there, they have enormous energy and knowledge.
Correct.
Because of this pandemic, the teacher was channelizing it, and that channelizing their energy, channelizing their knowledge, channelizing their learning process were taking them a step ahead. So that was happening because of the pandemic.
Very correct. So
Right.
pandemic has, these are few things which have really given boost, to our academics. Pandemic has certainly boosted it. So as you rightly said, so our centuries old sage on the stage model of teaching has
Yeah.
been teacher centric. This is for
Yes,
sure.
yes,
As you
yes.
rightly mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
it was all teacher centric till date.
Yeah.
So, and the teacher decides what students must learn
Yes.
without giving any chance to student agency, where the
Yeah.
students can take
Not only that, head of the school decides
Mhm.
what teacher should teach them.
Yes.
Teachers decide what students should learn, and
Yes.
head of the institution or the academic coordinator, whoever be, they
Correct.
decide that what they should teach.
Very
But
good. Very good.
after the pandemic, everything is transformed. Everything is changed.
Everything. So, do you again foresee any new instructional practices around student-centered learning, which we already have discussed a few of them? Means some around student-centered learning in the post-COVID schools, or do you think these will remain unaltered as it was in the pre-COVID normal? Are there going to be new practices in the offering? Means they'll be coming.
No, it will be completely changed now.
Okay.
Now post COVID, now students understood
Hmm.
what was the side effect of before the COVID,
Correct.
and what was the real sense of learning during the COVID. Now post COVID, it will be further extended model.
Okay.
Now students become research oriented. They are doing the projects. They are not depending only on the textbook now. now they find out their ways and means how to do the research on a particular aspect, how
Right.
to link it, how to link those aspects with their daily life experiences.
Correct.
So that will carry on. And student, forget about the students, teachers also understood that thing. Yes, now those days were gone. Now we have to follow this style because students are enjoying during that learning up to a large extent. So it's become a joyful learning. And in the language of physics, if we have to say, that permanent deformation in a better way is happened. Now they will not regain their original shape and size. They will remain like that. Rather than further extension will be there.
That's
So
it.
now post-COVID, it will be a extended model. So if it was a hybrid model using technology, teachers driven post-COVID, during COVID, it's become technology driven, student centric. Post-COVID, now it will be futuristic one.
Right.
It will not be the mismatch, or it will not be the equilibrium, or it will not be the mixture of post-COVID and during COVID. It will be something else. And what will be that? It is too early to comment on that.
Comment on. Okay.
Too early to comment on that. But definitely, it will be extended one. Because students are completely transformed knowledge-wise, learning-wise, their understanding-wise, reflection-wise, as well as teachers also understood that technology is the enabler, technology is the sophisticated add to them, but the main thing is challenging the students. The main thing is utilizing the creativity of the students.
Correct.
And doing some innovative practices. So post-COVID, the things will be extended learning model. And that extended learning model, it is too early to define as on date. Let us see.
For that, we'll have to wait a little more till
Little more.
ends.
Yes.
COVID ends, and we'll have to see what kind of practices will continue and what in different other forms will come up.
Yeah. But definitely, lot of other forms will come up using the technology only. That will happen certainly. There is no doubt about that.
So it means technology will remain same, but we'll have to invent new practices, instructional practices, right, which are more student-centric in nature.
Yes.
Rather than just teacher-driven.
Teacher.
I fully agree with you, Mr. Mahajan. So, sir, see, school leaders often face headwinds or kind of obstructions while actual introduction of anything new on the ground has to happen, So, what bottlenecks do you envisage in the kind of implementation of new and innovative instructional practices in school? What bottlenecks, what obstructions?
The bottleneck or obstruction, we can say every change has by default hurdles.
Correct.
And every hurdle has its unique solution by default. And because of this pandemic, teachers also, they know how to resolve the issues. Now they become a great problem solver. So whatever be the challenges will be there, but now they are more competent. They have more competencies to resolve those issues. And that is far better than during COVID or post-COVID. So that is there. So whatever be the problems will arise or hurdles will arise, the teachers are now well equipped to resolve those. So that is another good news. Yes, now the teachers are well equipped and they can resolve any issue, anytime and every time. So that much confidence they have got, that much competencies they have got, that much resources they have collected, and that much technologically sound they become.
Correct.
It means before COVID, we have to teach them, we have to train them. But now they themselves are learning, they themselves are getting trained. They become the self-motivated and the self-paced learners. So now the role of giving the training and all has been again completely changed, because they are now we can say develop that habit of getting trained themselves as in context of whatever the hurdles or issues are coming up.
Correct.
So that is another very, very good aspect in the field of education, and that will take the education throughout the world at the next level, a
Correct.
step ahead.
I agree, sir.
Yeah.
So it means, say, before we start teaching students, the teacher needs to teach themselves as well. They need to take ownership of their own training. So whatever they were doing earlier, COVID-19 has taught them a lot.
Lot.
They have certainly, reskilled themselves, in order to
Yes.
take on the challenges of the next, you can say, 21st century, skills. They need to adopt those skills first before they aim to transfer them to the students,
Yes.
for sure.
They are not only reskilled, they are upskilled now.
Oh,
They're
yes.
completely transformed. They are upskilled now. They're completely transformed. And
Right.
they become, in true sense, whatever, because they say, sir, whatever the situation is, we are there. We are there to support the system. We are there to take the things at the next level. And we are there who can do everything and anything. So that self-confidence
Yes.
will play a vital role in future. Actually, that was required, but what could not be achieved because of certain hurdles.
Correct.
And those was pre-COVID and during COVID. But now post-COVID, those hurdles will not be there at all.
Very correct. That's really great, sir.
Yeah.
So, with this, thanks, Mr. Mahajan, for all your outstanding thoughts and remarks in today's session. Viewers, stay tuned for our next episode of Fireside Chat with another distinguished school leader. Till then, goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.